Ready, go.
1.
Yeah. You're being so careful.
2.
Tip it back, tip it back. Yay. Now drink up the
3.
I'm blasting. Niggas say they looking for me like I'm not right here, man. If I take a chance, I'll be right to my bed, man. Bitch, I'm trying to fuck up.
So I am back after a relaxing day yesterday because I didn't realize how much New York took out of me. Yesterday I just went out to eat. Had this interesting drink called the Inception, which got me a little ooh. And then I went to apartment 200, which I've been told about many times since I've been here. It was a bit of an anticlimax. It was a bit more of a socializing kind of vibe rather than a kind of actual night out, basically. It still had very good music, but I don't know, the vibe just wasn't really there for me. I am on the way to the OVO flagship store just because one of my cousins said, make sure you go, make sure you go. So I'm gonna see if it actually is, nearly I'm gonna see if it actually is worth any kind of hype. City. Yeah, so that was exactly as I thought it would be. It's a small little boutique shop with some OVO merchandise. Nothing more to it. I don't know if you're expecting like a big movie. Ah well. There are way too many food places in Toronto for me to even experiment. So I've told myself when I come back, I will set myself a task of trying out all of them. So I tried to be as least experimental as possible this trip. And what's less experimental than a cheeky Nando's? So I don't know if you guys can remember, but on the first week I went to the club in Mississauga. Now I'm basically about to go back to that same club, but this time with the promoter who runs the night. Remember last time I just stayed on the trap floor? He is predominantly based downstairs on the Spanish floor. So this should be a very interesting event.
In the back.
Do you recommend, I like fruity beers. Do you recommend any?
So what is this called?
This
Patty?
is a Colombian empanada, cornmeal on the outside, beef, and potato on the inside. So it's almost like a beef patty,
Yeah.
but more epic. Try this.
More
shit.
epic. Alright, cool.
More
Let's go.
epic.
Let's go.
It's hot as fuck right now, though.
I'm not good with hot food, but I'm gonna do it for you.
That's pretty hot right now. Yeah, that's hot right now. It's straight out of the fryer, so it's
It's a good start though.
It's too.
It's got a harder shell than a beef patty, but I love it.
I put a little hot sauce on it.
Yeah.
Gotta put a little fire.
This shit is amazing. Honestly, amazing. So good. Morning guys. As you can see, the weather is not great. Look at all those grey clouds. So that only means one thing. It's an editing day. What I need to do is find a cool spot on Queen Street West to just chill. I say get coffee, I don't drink coffee, so get something. And yeah, just park up my ass and do some work. So let's find somewhere to do this. So I've connected up with Mr. P Mill.
What's up, London? How you doing?
A big London fan. I love it. So the reason we're walking is because we have to park so far because of all of this traffic due to TIFF. TIFF is What does TIFF stand for actually?
Toronto International Film Festival.
Okay, it's the international that confused me. I was thinking, where's the I come from? Apparently, this is like their biggest thing.
This is the biggest event in Toronto, hands down of the year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Bigger than OVO,
Bigger than OVO.
bigger than Caravana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's here. City shut down.
Crazy.
Like literally like one street over, King Street.
Mad.
You know.
But we are on our way to Cactus Club,
Yeah.
which is like a daytime. Is it always daytime?
Yeah, daytime, nighttime.
Okay.
Good rooftop spot.
Oh,
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're on our way to check that out and meet some people's people.
Yeah. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Much later.
So it has been an interesting evening. How many spots? Oh yeah, you can see it clearly.
Yeah. I can see clearly now.
There
The
you go.
grime is gone.
There you go. From the Cactus Club, we went to Broadview Hotel. I met with some people and then left Jordan for a bit. Met up with him again. Bumped into Sean Caff. Had a long conversation about DJing.
Dub plates. Man of Kent.
Before Man of Kent, we went to Apartment 200. In the queue, that queue was ridiculous. We left. So then we went to Man of Kent.
Shout out to Ben Chin.
Shout out to Benchen. Yeah, he was giving some dope dancehall bashment set.
Oak Island.
Oak Island.
Yeah. House bar.
From there, we went to Wildflower. Where you don't like to wear
I didn't
shorts.
match the dress code.
So now we are in Thompson, which is like a nice 24-hour spot right next door to Wildflower. Just order some food to go, and the night's coming to an end.
And it's just starting. TIFF weekend's just starting.
It's true. I look forward to the rest of the weekend. But for now,
Later that same evening.
We out here, man. Toronto, the 6th. What's happening?
Shout out to Charlemagne, man.
Peace.
Alright, man.
My brother.
Cheers, man. So as Jordan explained yesterday, I am in town for probably Toronto's biggest event, TIFF, which is Toronto International Film Festival. Yes, and I am actually here where they have shut down the road, and I don't know what the pop-up shows are about, but we're about to find out. Hello, TIFF. So I didn't actually attend any events. It's like a cinema space where you get to watch loads of different like films, and yeah, there's so much other like random stuff going on. It's just all hectic and crazy. Good, yeah.
I'm vlogging.
Yeah. So I'm actually doing a photo shoot as we vlog for Honey Production, and these are the guys, and they're taking my portrait. Lovely. This big shout out to Honey Production. I've actually had a good day. The streets are still like locked down, but I'm about to go and try Popeyes for the first time because everyone says that I need to. So apparently this is normal. I'm used to seeing cats, foxes, but not a skunk. So I ended up in EFS, which had a TIFF night on. It was pretty fun. LeBron James, Chubbs, the whole of the OVO people, Bacco, yeah, was there. But it's not my scene. This whole bottle culture, it's just not for me. I just... Top of the morning to you. This is a lovely day today. What comes with sun? Ice cream. I've been trying to avoid all cool spots in Toronto, as I've told you, because I would like to do it all when I come back, because there's just so many. But this one particular place I've seen way too many times on Instagram, way too many times on all different types of social media. Yeah, I thought I have to get it.
Call me on my cell phone. Ain't that where you need? Call me on my cell phone.
Literally tastes like ice cream, but a good ice cream though. I am now currently on my way to my first ever baseball game. So I'm going to the Blue Jays game with a couple that I funnily enough met in Italy and who are from Toronto. I'm gonna go meet them and then maybe even go up the CN Tower. We'll see how that goes. Basically, the tickets to a baseball game are really cheap. I mean, $30 is like £20, and for any sports game coming from the UK, £20 is very cheap. However, apparently that is like extortionate for a baseball game, because a friend of mine just showed me an app which is just as good as Ticketmaster, which sells tickets for the same area I'm in for $4 Canadian, which is £2. Regardless, gonna have to enjoy it and see what baseball's all about. As it says here, the world's first glass floor experience. I am sitting on a glass floor. I'm currently at the top of the CN Tower. It's like, you know, views from the top of anywhere. The only problem with the CN Tower is that the CN Tower is the thing that is beautiful. So, you know, I mean, the city looks great, but there's just a bunch of buildings. So after about an hour and a half of waiting for my food, it's arrived, but the view's definitely worth it though. On second thought, it isn't worth an hour and a half. Just don't eat when you come up to the CN Tower. Just do it and then go back down and eat somewhere else. So you can also do the skywalk, which is basically walking on the edge of the CN Tower at the top. I wasn't really ready for all that adrenaline today, let me not lie. So TIFF is still going on, and now they're doing outside screenings. I don't know what film this is, but it definitely stars Jim Carrey. Back in this crazy place again. Okay, so firstly, can we appreciate how blue the sky is? Thank you. I've had a crazy day, which involves being locked out, having to go and get the key, which allowed me to see that there's a whole strip dedicated to gay people. Like, it's got loads of like pride flags, and it's permanently dedicated to them. A very, very long strip. And what was even more interesting on that strip today was that there was a weed festival. So there was a big marijuana like showcase. I had no recording equipment on me at the time because I was locked out. Now I'm on my way to the Nas, Lauryn Hill and Chronixx concert with Ray. Ray is the guy who I met walking his dog.
We're taking photos.
Well, that concert was dope. I made a mistake of only wearing a t-shirt and I am freezing, but it was worth the cold. To see Lauryn Hill live, man. This is my last night. Gonna miss this view. Guess that means one thing. Let's turn up. So, last night was a very heavy way to finish this trip. But nonetheless, I'm up, about to have a meeting at the East Room. And yeah, just get ready to come back to the UK. That's me, Daniel, Mr. Gold Stripes. Linked up with him just before I leave. But yeah, cheers, man. It's been great. So look what I bumped into.
Do you know what? I was in line and I heard the UK accent. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, who's that?
He's thinking about, like, you know, bouncing back and forth from Toronto. So who knows? Future link-ups there. For sure, for sure. So the trip has come to an end. I am on the plane now, about to get some good rest because Lord knows I am tired. It's always good when people don't turn up for their flight. So you've got that good space to get that good sleep. Back to the UK I go. Well, hello there. So I am back at home, back in London, back on my sofa, back with my tea. I don't think I had tea when I was out there. Maybe I did, I can't remember. Feels good to be back home, even though that was an amazing trip. Toronto, man, is just like, it is an amazing place. For me, I could tell that Toronto is a kind of place where it's not for everyone, because it's very chilled. So it can get busy, but I don't know, it's a weird one to describe, but I just loved it. The main thing that kind of sold me was the creative spirit. Everyone in Toronto is doing something. Like, even if they work in finance and stuff, like at night they're an artist. And I guess it's like that in London, but because Toronto is a lot more concentrated, because everything happens downtown, so it's like everything happening in central London. But it was just a great trip. Like, it is a weird one, because when I first got there, the first week was a bit like, ooh, what do I do? I don't know if I should be doing this or doing that. Or you don't really have an agenda of what you're supposed to be doing, so it's kind of and it's not exactly a holiday because you're kind of scoping it out. It all worked out in the end, and I'm happy that you guys got to see it kind of live, and it helped to confirm my decision to move to Toronto. Well, I say move, we have to go in stages. This is actually 2 weeks, not even two, quite a few weeks after having been back in London. In those few weeks, I've had to look into how to actually get myself to Toronto on a longer term basis. And the visa that is the go-to is the 2-year working holiday visa. So it's called an IEC. If you're from the UK, it's pretty easy to get. It just costs, I think, about £250, I'm gonna say. So the process is, the first stage you apply. It's weird, but yeah, you send off your interest, so to speak, and then they come back and they say, yeah, cool, it's fine, you can go ahead and apply. And then you have to go and get all of your documents, so like family information form, police record form, make sure your stuff's clean because you know all of you bad breeds, digital photo, and yeah, some other little bits anyway. Once that's all sorted, then you send it off and they come back and then they give you their decision. And I got accepted. Not that that's the final say, because the letter they give you is not actually your visa. You get your visa as soon as you get to Canada at security. After they look at a few documents and stuff, they say you're allowed to stay for 2 years. In those 2 years, obviously, you then look at how you could stay longer. You don't actually need to have a job before you go. You can get a job whilst you're there, but obviously it's a bit beneficial to get one beforehand, because when you get to security and stuff, they're not going to ask you if you've got enough money to survive and all of these other extra questions. I'm yet to cross that hurdle, but when it comes, you guys will know about it. It was actually quite a smooth process for me. Apparently, I'd been speaking to quite a few people in Toronto that had gone through the process. The first step, so from applying to apply and then being able to start your documents and stuff, is normally going to take about 8 weeks. Mine took 6 days. The next step, which could take up to a year, which is them saying yes or no, mine took 3 days. So I guess God is on my side. As of the day that they say that you're allowed to go, you get given a year's window, and in that year, whatever day you go, that's when your 2 years starts. I'm still unconfirmed. I'm thinking to go in about April or May, but I'm not too sure. As you can tell, I'm really excited. Yeah, you guys have seen it all really, so there's not really much else to report. I just want to thank you for watching all the videos, for sharing them, for liking them, for all my new subscribers. I just ask that you continue to do that, and when the time comes to go back to Toronto, you guys will know because you'll be subscribed, right? In the interim, I've got loads of other like vlogs and stuff coming. I'm back now, so I can do some more stuff with my music updates. I get to eat loads of food again. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, GeorgeXGstar. Make sure you subscribe here, share it, like it, watch all the videos, watch all my old videos. Be sure to be ready for all of my new videos. And that's about it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you very soon.